This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. It's the Morning Majlis.
Good morning, Sharjah and the United Arab Emirates. Welcome back onto the Morning Majlis. And now we're focusing a little bit more on the COVID-19 situation. We're going to go back to the old haunt, the old stomping ground of the good old COVID-19. It started off in Wuhan, and people are down there to investigate with a closer eye. Yes, there are restrictions, but they've got their magnifying glasses out, and the team from the World Health Organization are in Wuhan to discover and unearth new findings of where this famous pandemic, this dreadful pandemic, emerged from.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to talk about the results so far, or the outcome so far of this on-ground investigation into the origins of the virus that caused the pandemic. So we're going to talk about that. And also, we want to ask you this. How do you face your negative thoughts? That's a question.
My boxing bag. Good old boxing bag comes out. That's the way I do it.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
I don't know how I just train my brain. Yeah, I sit and I talk to myself.
Oh.
Train my brain on how to kind of like overcome any negative thoughts and change them into positive. So I'm the one that talks to myself and tries to convince myself.
Have a psychological conversation with yourself. Speak to yourself in the mirror.
In my brain, of course, not like physically.
Oh, no. You don't talk to the mirror?
No.
Oh. Mirror, mirror, who's the fairest of them all?
No. Why are we talking about this? Yeah. Because the Sharjah Book Authority, it's hosting actually a series of sessions and workshops in the Eastern region. It will be organizing this Tuesday a dialogue session entitled How to Face Negative Thoughts in Order to Lead a Happy Life.
Oof.
So we're going to talk about this session, what is expected to come out of it, and so much more. And also, we have some news about General Motors. They're ending, or they're aiming to end sales of gasoline vehicles by the year of 2035.
Wow. Well, that's something.
GM Motors, no more gas vehicles by 2035?
Last people to expect them to do that, to be honest, because they have the fuel-guzzling 4x4s and the SUVs. But yeah, that is something that we'll talk about later.
Should we shift to a Tesla now? Should we get a Tesla and that's it? Call it a day?
I'd get my electric Greenmobile again. I would definitely get that. But yes, stay with us on the Morning Majlis. We shall be returning right after some more musical entertainment. We'll keep you moving, informed and updated with the world of traffic updates as well. So stay with us on the Morning Majlis. Send us your thoughts and messages on the text lines 4215. How do you overcome your negative thoughts? That's our question to you. Let us know on those text lines, and we'll love to get your thoughts on the program and also share it with our listeners this morning. You're tuning and you're listening to the Morning Majlis.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis. Pulse 95.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis. The big story of the day, the big story of the week. It is plans to grant Emirati citizenship to, quote, talented and innovative people, unquote. So there we go. And they are making some legal changes, which means that a foreigner, non-UAE national, can for the first time retain their original nationality. This is key. You can keep your own nationality and become dual citizens of the United Arab Emirates.
This is a historic move, really. It is. And to allow for the naturalization of foreign investors and doctors and scientists and artists and talented people and their families as well to obtain the UAE citizenship. This is amazing. And this decision actually came about because it is to ensure the social stability of those people in the country and to boost the overall national development process. And those changes taken upon the directives of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan were approved also by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. Again, this took place on Saturday, yesterday. And this decision specified the categories of the people who can be granted the citizenship under certain conditions. In addition to granting the citizenship to the families, the spouse, and children of this specialized and skilled segment, the law allows for them to also, as you mentioned, Abdul Karim, to keep their current citizenship, which is a major change to the previous rule that doesn't allow for dual citizenship. So this is something that's very exciting to look forward to. So the new rules do not provide people with a path to citizenship that can be applied for. Instead, skilled professionals would be nominated by government or royal court officials. This includes the cabinet, the executive council of each of the 7 emirates, the rulers' courts, or their crown princes. So the government is yet to set out how nominees would be identified, but the news is here. The big news is here.
Yeah, the big news is here, and it's a step in the right direction for sure.
Exactly.
It really gets people to think more long term.
Yeah.
Especially high talented people, engineers, artists, as well as authors and scientists in particular. And sadly, there's been a big surge. There's a lot of doctors and engineers who do move in from abroad. They set up and base in the United Arab Emirates. They love working here, and then they start thinking of moving on to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or wherever. But now with this new rules, this is going to allow a lot of people who are based here in the United Arab Emirates to consider this as their second home. They say it verbally, but they never had it acknowledged mentally, really, because they always knew that the duration of their stay would be determined by the employment that they have with wherever they're working. But now this new rule is going to be great. Now, another key point to take back from this new rule is that there is no set criteria to say, oh, you need to have a minimum bank balance on this. There's no money involved.
Which is awesome. All you need to do is be nominated.
Nominations, yeah. So if you think about it,
that's what you're betting on right now.
The golden visa that they had announced, there was a set criteria that, you need to have at least $1 million dirhams of savings.
Right.
And even for the
they didn't specify this time.
Yeah, even for the retirement visa, you had a specific criteria. But this time round, you've got a purely based on nomination and your good conduct in the United Arab Emirates. That's going to be
that's right point. Yeah. And when it comes, so when we're talking about who are eligible for Emirati citizenship, we talked about the categories, but to be more specific, each category has different conditions. You said, Abdul Karim, investors, they just need to own property in the UAE, but you're betting on how to get nominated for the citizenship, not because of how much you invested. When it comes to doctors and specialists, they must be specialized in a unique scientific field or one that is deemed high priority by the Emirates. The individual must have made important contributions or conducted significant studies and research. They also must have no less than 10 years experience in addition to membership to a prestigious groups and organizations in their field. When it comes to scientists, on the other hand, they must be active researchers at a university or a private researcher center. They must have a minimum of also 10 years experience and must have made contributions to their field by attaining, let's say, an international award or research grant. And to be eligible for citizenship, they must also be recommended by internationally recognized bodies. As for talented individuals, they must have patented inventions registered by the Ministry of Economy and Commerce or any internationally recognized organization. They should also submit a letter of recommendation from the ministry.
What's going on? All of this will be discussed right here on the Morning Majlis.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
Creative individuals are one of the people that are getting the UAE nationality or the naturalization, right? So I'm trying to map my pathway to that. So I could take a nice photo now or post the UAE's coolest winter campaign photo and then post it to Exposure or share it there, promote it there. Maybe I'll get an award by the Exposure Photography Festival. And then that could be my award in the criteria of the creative field and then pathway.
You should get an award for your always innovative strategies and doing
and planning.
Things.
Yeah,
and
why not?
Planning things. Yeah.
Gotta just forward plan, that's the plan. That's what you gotta do.
Strategizing all the time.
Yeah, always mapping our ways to better gains, you could say. Well, Talking about that, we've got this Exposure Photography Festival. That's kicking off in February 2021. On the 1st of February 2021, tomorrow, bright and early, right after the Morning Majlis show, 10 a.m., we have a press conference.
We do. The organizers of the 5th edition of Exposure International Photography Festival, they will announce the details of the upcoming event's agenda of live, in-person interactions, workshops, and other activities at a press conference that will be taking place tomorrow. It will be held at the House of Wisdom here in Sharjah. So with less than basically 10 days to go for opening of Exposure 2021, organizers at Sharjah Government Media Bureau, they will address the UAE's media professionals and unveil the festival's offerings in the presence of Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed Al Qasimi, chairman of Sharjah Media Council. And they will also reveal all the stringent precautionary measures in place at the event's local or location at Expo Center Sharjah to curb the spread of the COVID-19. And the press conference will be a one-stop shop to get the key information about the offerings of the 2021 edition, as well as learn about the renowned global photographers, aspiring photographers, and media artists who will be present at the festival this year. And also details about the exhibitions, workshops, seminars, screenings, portfolio reviews, focus groups, and also competitions that will be delivered during the 4-day festival that will be taking place from the 10th until the 13th of February. They'll all be announced tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting time for sure for a lot of us out there. And we love the Photography Festival Exposure. We've done a live programming from there in the past, and we're really, really looking forward to what's going to be revealed for this time, for the time being. And look, it is going to be something that we are very proud of hosting here in the Emirati of Sharjah. Particularly, you don't find places, you don't find many countries where you get such high quality events, such high quality guests, and you get a free access, free of cost, to a particular event. It's being organized by the Sharjah Government Media Bureau, and the organizing committee has invited media representatives to attend the press conference, which will be held at the new House of Wisdom in Sharjah. And this is where you can take part in and also learn about the offerings of the 4-day festival. And those interested in participating in the festival can also learn about the diverse range of exhibitions, workshops and seminars by visiting the official website, which is www.exposure.ae.
Well, what they have announced so far, what we know so far, is there will be a total of 17 workshops, 8 focus groups, and 14 portfolio reviews led by acclaimed international photographers in various genres. And there will be around 30 sessions of those workshops. It will be held throughout the 4-day event to ensure maximum participation, of course, while adhering to the UAE's health and safety protocols as well. So more will come tomorrow, will be confirmed tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned with us tomorrow. We will give you all the details needed to know about this year's edition of the Exposure Photography Festival.
Yep, of course. So much to celebrate, so much to ponder over for sure. Stay with us on the Morning Majlis. We shall be right back after a bit of a short break. Text us on 4215 and we'll continue the discussions from there on. And of course, we're asking you this famous question, and it is about the country nominated as the best country to be in, according to Bloomberg's safety data for the COVID-19 analysis. They labeled this country as the safest country. So this country, on the sporting uniforms, you notice a silver fern. This country is known as the land of volcanoes, land of the white cloud, and it has been nominated and suggested as the best place to be in the world during the COVID-19 scenario, and that was what they had highlighted as. If you know the answer, text lines remain open, 4215, for you to get involved. Now it's time for us to take a bit of a short break. We return right after the news headlines. And when we do, it's going to be the discussions about the visit visits to Wuhan by the World Health Organization. What's going on? All of this will be discussed right here on the Morning Majlis.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis. We're asking you this big question, this big debate, this big discussion. How do you keep yourself motivated? How to face negative thoughts in order to lead a happy life? The reason why we're talking about this is because there's a something is going on. It is something related to a workshop organized by someone.
That's right. The Sharjah Book Authority, they're organizing a series of sessions and workshops in the Eastern region. It will be next Tuesday. It will be a dialogue session entitled How to Face Negative Thoughts in Order to Lead a Happy Life. It will be presented remotely by the trained human resources planning specialist Ali Al-Yamahi. So the session really targets the general public and discusses a set of axes relating to developing the capabilities of individuals to develop positive ideas in their lives and how to motivate oneself to confront negative thinking and overcome the influences that limit the individual's exploration of his or her abilities that enable them to live happily. So this is a question to all of you. How do you overcome? We've been asking it everywhere. We've been asking it on Instagram, our Instagram page. If you go and check it out, we uploaded an Insta story on Pulse 95 Radio Instagram, and we asked you the same question. We asked you to text us at 4215. We've been getting a lot of responses, but we want to ask ourselves first, and we're going to answer. We're going to tell you what we, as Abdul Karim and myself, how we overcome and tackle negative vibes or thoughts. So let's start with you, Abdul Karim.
Yeah, there's a couple of people who've been texting, to be honest. On 4215, Mariam said that she likes to go for a walk.
Yeah.
To clear the mind.
Oxygen definitely
that's
helps.
Good.
Fresh oxygen.
Faisal also messaged saying that he likes to go cycling. Also, a lot of people.
So exercising.
Yeah, a lot of people do recommend and suggest this. Another person, no name on this one, number ends in 2880. They say that they like to talk it out with their friends. So if there's something bothering you, you get in touch and contact your friends. That's also one of the good ways of getting in touch with people and getting your thoughts cleared. So let us know if you'd like to join in the discussions. Text us on 4215 and with your name at the end, and let us know how you counter your negative thoughts. And the reason why we're talking about this is because of the Sharjah Book Authority's dialogue, which is taking place this Tuesday or next Tuesday. It's going to be how to face negative thoughts in order to lead a happy life.
Definitely, exercising is a great way of combating any type of negativity in general, whether it's depression, whether it's just negative thoughts, whether it's even you're feeling fatigue, you're feeling unwell physically. It will definitely release endorphins, and endorphins they trigger a positive feeling in the body. So exercising is definitely a great way to overcome any negativity in general. But when it comes to myself, I talk to myself and I remind myself that what bothers you today, it will no longer exist tomorrow or matter tomorrow. When what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm a big believer in that. What does not kill you makes you stronger. And also, it's the process of replacing the negative with positives. It's very important. How can I benefit from this incident instead of aching and viewing it as a burden? Look, let's talk about zodiac signs a little bit. I'm a Virgo. As for people who understand the basic traits of zodiac signs, Virgos, we are very sensitive people, and we tend to overanalyze everything, right? And
I think Virgos overanalyze everything.
Yes, they do.
Goes without saying. There we go.
And I can't brush things off easily. But let's just say that, for example, Abdul Karim today, he uttered a very mean remark to me today.
What did I say?
For example, all right? So for me being a Virgo or myself, a sensitive person, I'm going to overanalyze what you said. Is going to bother me. So what I will do is when I go back and sit with myself, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna think, and I say, okay, there's a reason for that. Whether he's having a bad day, for example, whether he's bothered by something, so maybe the original the problem is from Abdul Karim, not from me, or maybe it's constructive criticism that I can use to benefit myself. Let's just say, for example.
True.
Or I can say that, okay, or it happened. It's not. Did it kill me? No. Did I lose something because of it? No. Am I still healthy? Yes. Am I still living? Yes. So what's the big deal? Why should we make it? So I believe everything is in your own head.
Yeah, the battles you fight in your mind.
It's all in your mind. Physically, nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. It's just all in your mind. It's how you train your body, your mind. So that is the big. That's how I overcome many of the things that I overanalyze, is by training my thoughts, replacing them with positive things.
Shout out to Umar Abduri, the host of the halftime show here on the Morning Majlis. He has written a book about it as well, Reset, and he does preach the development of mental capacity and also training your mind to be able to counter that, and also that can be used in your training methods as well, the physical training element as well. For me, I would say I've always been a big fan of exercising. I think that it distracts you. You spend a lot more time clearing your minds, and of course being a boxing fan myself, as well as Omar Abduri. So we do love to have a bit of an entertaining way of really resetting our own minds that way. So that's one feature that we try to do. Do let us know on the text lines 4215 what's your comfort zone when it comes to retraining yourself and bringing yourself and picking yourself back up again. Sometimes people like speaking to mirrors, to themselves as well.
Or to their best friend.
And to their best friends.
Yeah.
In line with that, here's a bit of Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. Stay tuned to Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.